So I have been injecting myself twice per day from 2007. It's not easy. Many people say that they couldn't manage to do it, but hey, I learned and I did it, and that's the reason why one of the reason why I am still here today. So I'm gonna ask you at this time to please give the video a thumbs up. Help to share it out because it might raise some form of awareness, and you never know who might be interested to see this video. So yeah, man, just listen to what I have to say. So enough of talking about deportees and undocumented people in the United States. Let us talk about me. Yeah, man, I'm going to talk about myself, Joyful Julie, today. Well, I am from humble beginnings, Yeah, man. And I will always remain humble. Humble from the day I born until the day God ready for me. Let me take off these glasses. Looking at my eyes. When I say I'm going to talk about myself today, I will be talking about myself, and I'm a proud woman. I have nothing to be ashamed of. When I'm saying that, I am here to talk about myself, my being obese, overweight, and me trying to lose weight. Yeah, man, I'm ready for all the naysayers, all the negative comments. I'm fully prepared because a lot of people that comes here, and is gonna comment on my video. I'm not gonna ask and know you are gonna come. I'm used to you. This is YouTube, and YouTube is made up of negativity more than positivity. Any content creator that don't know that, by now, not going to know again. I'm in my regular little spot. And like I say, I'm talking about obesity today, being overweight, and my struggles. Now, I was born a big baby. Yeah, my mother told me that when I was born, I was blue because I nearly didn't make it because of the way that I was hard. She was having problems giving birth to me because of what? I was big. I was a big baby. I was weighing 10 pounds. And my mother wasn't so young when she had me. So imagine a woman with that little passage giving birth to a 10-pound baby. Yeah, that's me. 10 pounds when I was born. Thank God I made it safely. After having me, a 10-pound baby, I started growing up not small either. I was never skinny. Never a skinny child. Some people would say, oh, you're born with big bone. It won't look like that is the case with me. Looks like I was born with big bones. Well, God make everybody different. We all couldn't look the same. No, sir. Some have a big and some have a small. Some have different complexion, but we are one human being. And people really shouldn't discriminate. No. Whether somebody is skinny or whether somebody is big, fat, whatever you want to call it, people shouldn't discriminate. So like I said, growing up as a little child, I was never a skinny child. But I can remember in my teens when I used to come to the country to spend holiday with my grandmother. She had like 3-4 grapefruit trees. 3 especially was in the back of the yards and in the back of the yard. And I used to love to eat grapefruits. I would climb any one of them, but I discovered the one that is sweetest. And so as long as the grapefruits are ripening, I would just take up my little knife up in the tree with me, a little salt or a little sugar, and sometimes a cup with some condensed milk and a little sugar as well. Anyhow I feel for the grapefruit, I would just climb up in the tree, make myself comfortable up there, peel 1 or 2 grapefruit, take out the segments and enjoy it. So for the whole period of time that I'm spending holiday, once it's grapefruit season, I would feed on grapefruits all because I love them. Now, my grandmother used to say, Pitney girl, stop eating so much grapefruit. You're going to get maga. Come and eat your dinner or lunch. Stop eat all that grapefruit. But I never listened to her because I didn't know anything about grapefruit cutting appetite or helping to aid in weight loss and stuff like that. All I know, I don't live in the country, so when I come, I take advantage of the fruits that is in season. And so whenever the holiday is over and I go back home, I would always size down. That is the only times I can remember ever looking a little slim when I don't even remember the age, but like primary school age, not high school age. Even though I used to climb trees still in my high school years and in my young adult years, that was the only time I can remember looking a bit slim after eating all the grapefruits. But yeah, reaching to high school age now, I was always a strong body looking girl. I was never small. I can remember in grade 9, I was weighing, in grade 9, I was weighing like 160 pounds. Yeah, and I'm not tall, I'm short. So imagine me, how I look at 160 pounds for my height. And then when I had my first child at 19 years old, I was weighing like 190 pounds. And from that, the weight has been escalating, and never been back to 160 pounds or 190 pounds. You see, from the day I reached over 200 pounds, that was where the real problem came in, I think. No matter how hard I work, how many hours on my feet, working around the clock, and try to eat healthy is like, I can't lose the weight. It is so struggling. I try to do a little exercise, but it don't help either. But guess what? It's when you work long hours and you don't get to eat properly. I'm going to blame some of it on that. Even when I was running my own business. In the beginning, when I just started out life, I used to work for somebody or work with somebody. And then I started doing my own business and started traveling. Where we to go? Couldn't take it off again. So after having 3 children, each time I got pregnant, I would gain some, they call it baby weight. And even after having the baby, I never can take it off again. Then there came the diabetes. Yeah, man, then came the diabetes. And being insulin resistant and all that, that is where the real struggle is. Trying to avoid bad carbs. Oh my God. It's not that we're addicted to carbs. Well, I am not addicted to carbs, but alright, let me be honest. I feel like I used to be addicted to rice. I don't know if it's because of the Indian culture and we grew up eating a lot of rice and curry and dal and even roti, which is all bad carbs. I think yes, the only carbs that I might have been addicted to was rice. Indian people have this saying, no matter what they eat, if they don't eat a little rice for them dinner going to bed, if they even cook soup, then they would still end up cook even like a seasoned rice and eat some before they go to bed. So yes, maybe I should blame a little bit on that. So rice was like my worst enemy, and probably still is, although I've cut down. If I eat rice 2 times a week now, I limit myself to the portion. So, and even though I started recent years I started eating the more healthier rice like the basmati, I still cut it down. I don't eat a lot. from since recently. I started counting my calories because I've been seeing nutritionists and they tell me about my body weight and the amount of calories that I need to intake for the day. And one thing I learned, it might sound away, but they say I have to eat to lose weight. Yeah, so if they say I'm supposed to intake 1800 or 2000 calories for the day, I better make sure I eat it. It might sound a lot to me, and sometimes I don't feel hungry. I don't even remember that I didn't eat until my blood sugar starts dropping low and I start to have the symptoms where I start to sweat, I start to feel weak, my lips start to tremble, and all those things, and all my energy just leave my body, and I have to hurry up and put something in my stomach or have something sweet to put it back up. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even remember sometimes that I am to eat because I don't feel hungry. But of course, I'm taking medications. I use insulin and I do take pills. I started using insulin when I was pregnant with my last child. Yeah, they told me that I cannot take the pills. I have to use the insulin because the insulin works better too. So after having the baby, I realized that yes, the insulin really works better for me. Take down the sugar and maintain it better. I asked the doctor if I could stay on it, and she said yes. So from over all those years, I have been injecting myself 2 times per day with insulin and also pills. So carbs. Carbs is our worst enemy when trying to lose weight. Carbs and sugar. And I think I was being a stubborn girl, but I tried to do my researches and I tried to understand more each time. When I do my readings, carbs and sugar, if we avoid sugar, like that's not good for us, like drinks, juices, and stick to water and whatever sugar we're gonna intake. Eat fruits and you get your sugar from your fruits. And remember with the carbs now, the carbs break down into sugars and the sugars break down into fats. And that is why the carb is so dangerous for us, and causes us to lose the weight, the belly fat and everything. So yes, I cut down on the serving of carbs. If I'm eating rice, I try to stick to the half cup that is recommended for me with the diabetes and the amount of calories that I am supposed to intake. You know how long I haven't drank any juice? I'm just doing water. Sometimes I add some lime juice or lemon juice in my water, most times, or some ginger. Or I just have the water plain. Another big struggle for me was to drink room temperature water. Everybody is saying that, oh, the ice water is not good for you. It will kind of freeze up the fat. It's like I was so hooked to drinking cold water. I used to say that room temperature cannot quench my thirst. And now, see here, room temperature. Even when I'm on the live, I take my water breaks. Right now, let me have a sip. Yeah. Try to avoid the ice water. Drink the room temperature water. Avoid the carbs, the white rice, the bread, the flour, the biscuits, the buns, all those things. And if you're going to have rice, limit the rice that you intake, whether you're diabetic or not, just to maintain your weight or to lose weight. Eat healthier starches, such as sweet potato. You can eat pumpkin, chocho, carrots, all those things, turnips. They are very low in carbs. Of course, our bodies need carb for energy. So if you avoid carbs completely, then serious things will happen to you. No energy. I did that once in my life and I regretted it. I took myself off carbs completely, and I had what they call carb flu. I was sick, so sick, so sick. You would think I have real flu just from not eating any carbs at all. But guess what? I lost 30 pounds, you know. But you see, after I get back better, I realized what was happening to me, and I got over it. I started eating the carbs again. It's like my body was craving it, and I gained it back. So again, this is just another little story of my life experience, my struggles with obesity and diabetes and wanting to lose weight. There is so much more that I could be talking about weight gain and weight loss right now. It's not even funny. I'm not a medical doctor, disclaimer. I don't work in the medical field at all. This is just talking about me, myself, Joyful Julie, and sharing with my YouTube family. Yeah, man. Thanks for listening. Please give the video a like, share it out, leave a comment, whether good or bad, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And oh, one more thing. Please remember to turn on your notification bell. I hope you enjoyed this video.